Hey there, how are you doing? This is Team Gadget Talks, and we welcome you all to the hands-on review of Android Nougat or Android N or Android 7.0. Android Nougat is the latest Android OS version from Google, which is going to roll out to Nexus devices, eligible Nexus devices very soon. In fact, if a latest rumor or leak from a Canadian carrier has to be taken into account, it seems Nexus 6P and Nexus 5X are going to get Android Nougat on August 22nd. But since this information comes from just one carrier, we cannot be sure or certain that this will be the same day when every Nexus device in all the regions and markets will receive it. So in this particular video, we will not only review the Android Nougat in terms of its performance and etc. performance, how it works, whether it's smooth or not, and how it enhances the user experience. We'll talk about that. We will also demo all the new and important features and changes that Android Nougat brings over Android Marshmallow. So let's begin with the changes. So when we talk about changes, we would also demo them so that you can also get an idea about how the changes are making your user experience better, as well at the same time how the OS Android Nougat runs. So let's begin with the first change or very important change that Android Nougat brings is multi-windows or a split screen multitasking. So while few of the vendors like Samsung, they had enabled it themselves as per the UI, but here it's inbuilt in the system itself. So this is something very good. So let's see how the multi split screen or multi-windows multitasking looks like. So all you need to do, so I mean, again, here there are a couple of ways of activating split screen and you can actually see them by going to our earlier video, or you can actually refer to Gadget Talks, but here we will just show it to you because just a demo. So okay, first you go to the multitasking window. So by going to this recent screen, and then you can tap and hold on the app which supports multitasking, and you can see drag here to use split screen. So you have to just drag it here, and you can now see that it has occupied half of the space, so the screen, and you can now tap on any other app to fill the other screen. So now you can see that I have the browser here and the Google Play Store here, both open in the same screen. You can actually increase or decrease the portion of the whole screen that a app takes. And what happens if you go all the way down? You will have deactivated the split screen. So this is in portrait mode. If you go to landscape, you will see that everything moves to the landscape mode. And here you can see you can actually play with both the apps. So you can work with both the apps. So this is very interesting, and more so when you have apps like let's say if we have any other apps. So let's see, we are using YouTube here. So as we just told, you can go to our YouTube channel, you can see how to activate and use the multi windows. So we have done that. So here it's quite interesting to see that you can do both. You can go to the Google Play, you can install apps and do things, search for apps, and as a side by side you can go and you can also do all your things on YouTube or any other. So quite interesting. Apart from this, there is one more feature which has arrived and which is very interesting. So let's say if I go to the recent and if I double tap it, so by double tapping I can actually swap between two of the apps recently opened, so YouTube and then the browser. So now how to deactivate the split screen? So just I mean from here well, and it will get it deactivated, and this recent changes, the icon changes when you have deactivated the split screen. So now I can show it how the double tapping changes the apps, or how the double tapping swaps between the apps which were opened recently. So two of the recent apps will be swapped, and if you keep on doing it just like this. So these are two very important or interesting improvements in multitasking which really adds or really helps in your user experience. So if you have always liked the multitasking, then you would seriously go and you should, try Android Nougat because it is really very very good feature. The same time, because especially on a device which has a big display like a Galaxy Note 7, which has around 5.7 inch screen or something like that, it is really really good, very handy. Okay, now let's talk about some improvements in terms of notifications and how they are handled. So another very very interesting and important feature that has arrived with Android Nougat is a direct reply. So what is this? When you see here, you will come to the Action Center. You will open it. You can notice. Okay, there are actually two new features which I should talk about. So one is bundling, so notification bundling. So if I have received multiple notifications from the same app, it will be bundled under the app name now. So WhatsApp, I have received many notifications, it's bundled under WhatsApp. Now if I have to go to one particular notification, I can actually reply in line. So you don't have to open the app and reply, you can reply in line directly from this notification center. So anything, and I can just post my reply. So these two features are very very important and very handy when you are playing with the notification, and it certainly improves the user experience. In August, I like it. It's one of my very favorite feature of Android Nougat. So we just saw two features: the notification bundling or notification grouping and the direct reply. Now coming to one more important change that you could have already noticed is clear all. So by doing clear all, you will clear all the notifications. So something which was not present here, but as soon as you will have many notifications here, you will see this clear all coming. Another very cool feature that you can now notice here is the night mode. So night mode changes the color temperature, changes the brightness, and it is, good when you are just lying down in your bed and you want to read something. Then you can just do this night mode on, and the display should be able to, I mean, you should be able to see things clearly or in a clearer way. So this is the night mode, and the night mode can be directly pinned to the notification screen that's from center from this edit. You can directly do that and you can use it. Another very important feature that you have already may have noticed is in the data saver. Data saver is very very interesting and very important feature in case, especially when you have mobile data and you are like going to finish your mobile data quota, you want to control it, you can do it. So you can turn on, and it will help in reducing the data cost or data usage. If you long press on that, it will take you to here where you can actually see all the details about how you have used the data, how much is left. You can also set the different things, like you can set the data warnings here, cellular data usage, billing cycle, so every bit of information. So it's again very very interesting and very useful feature which has arrived with Android Nougat. Now going to some features or some changes which are there or which can actually be helpful in the UI. So what we can do, okay, so when we arrive here, you can also notice some UI changes. So this setting page you can see now is different. You can see how everything looks like here. These new suggestions, so these are new which has appeared. The whole page has been revamped a bit from the marshmallow, how it used to look on that. Now if you go to display, you can see the DPI settings basically. Sorry, the font size settings or display size settings. So here you can actually change the font size and different things on the screen. So these are the inbuilt DPI settings. So this is one new thing which has arrived with Android Nougat, and which allows you to control the UI, how the font or how the text will look like on this. So again, very very important feature, or it can be if you like to tune or tweak your UI as per your wish. So till now we talked about various multitasking improvements, usability improvements. So now we will also look into some improvements in some areas like the keyboard. So the you can see notice that keyboard which comes with the Android Nougat, or which will be, I think, will be available as an update also, has got something called themes. So which is very very important. You can actually customize your keyboard as per your wish. So let's go to that. We can go to settings, language as an input, and here you see lots of themes are there. You can also see the keyboarder. If you want, you can enable it, and you can also use lots of themes as per your wish. Mine favorite is the blue, as it is favorite of many, so I'm using it. But in case if you want, you can actually change it, and you can get something new. Okay, so one more very interesting UI change which you could notice is in folders. So folders now have a new look, so it's kind of circular, and it kind of reflects which apps are there. So you can actually, the folders work in the same way. You create the folder in the same way by I mean, kind of dragging and dropping the app icons on each other. But the whole look of the folder had changed actually from how it used to be on Android Marshmallow. So these are these were like very very important changes which have arrived with Android Nougat. And okay, one more that I would like to obviously like to show it to you is in terms of new emoji. You have a whole new set of emoji here. It's called human kind of, so like it has more human emotions to be demoed in emoji, and it's quite emotive, very good. It's a whole set which you really love to explore when you receive Android Nougat as an update. Apart from this, there are some changes which we can actually explore and see. Like if you go to the camera, so not only the various like I mean, if okay, I'll just try to show something which is very interesting. So volume key action, you can actually now customize what this volume key does in case of the shutter, zoom, volume. Now if I go to various settings, you can see lots of revamps or lots of changes are there in the UI and how the settings behave. The whole animation had changed. So Google has revamped the camera app, and it obviously works better, looks better, and the settings that you can see you can do with the volume key makes it easier to use. One more very interesting change that you can see is if you go to apps, and you can now see from where the app has been installed. So whether it has been installed from the Google Play Store or from outside. So I was just trying to find one app which has not been installed from Google Play Store, and you can see it here. So it says app installed from package installer. So the Pokemon Go, since it is not available in India from Google Play Store, so we need to install from package installer. If we go to any of the app which has been installed from Google Play Store, it will be noticed here. So these were like the major changes or major new features that Android Nougat has brought, and we also covered many changes which are like, I mean, which are not covered in even the official change log. So hope you have liked. Okay, I will quickly try to demo two more changes that you may really like. So one is that the built-in file manager. So if I go to the built-in file manager, now it is much advanced. It allows you to create new folder. If you go to, okay, let's go to something. So it's say you can do so many things, copy to, move to, rename and all. Earlier it was, I mean, just a kind of browser kind of app, and it only allowed you to copy it, but you can do so much more, renaming, copying, creating new folder, etc. So lots of features or lots of changes are there, and it has just gone better. Now coming to another feature, which is in terms of call blocking and don't disturb. So earlier you had a, I mean, do not disturb mode, but now there are two changes. So what happens that the DND integration is there, which is very deeper. DND, I mean to say do not disturb. So now the alarms can override the DND setting. And apart from that, the call blocking has become system wide. So if there is a list of call blocking or call which I mean people whom you have blocked, it will be used by all the apps which are there in your device. So again, a very important change which makes it easier for all the apps which are there to control and uh, I mean allow or reject calls and messages from the spammers. So basically, these were many, I mean, important features which enhance the usability, user experience on Android Nougat. So hope you have liked the demo. Now coming to the review part. So till now you could have seen that Android Nougat really behaves smoothly. It works smoothly. We have not faced, I mean, many issues because we have been using all the, I mean, preview build still preview 5, which is the latest, which is running on this device, and we have seen that everything really works fine. It's most of the times, I mean, we have not faced many issues. Yes, there may be times when there may be some issues in the in some kind of third party apps, but native apps, they have really been rock solid. They have not crashed for us. I mean, it especially in the latest Android Nougat developer preview 5, things are really quite good. So we will just do a bit of multitasking here by going to just playing some games. So we had opened the Pokemon Go already. So here we are just trying to play a game, and we will send you to the background, and then we can actually go to the browser. We can open things, we can open many, so that we can actually kind of check how it works. Let's send it to the background. Let's quickly check how the multitasking works like. So for us it has been, as we said, quite smooth. So we have already opened two games in the background. We will quickly multitask between the games. So here is the Pokemon Go. It looks quite barren here. There's nothing. But then we are not going to play Pokemon Go or demoing it. We're just checking it so that how the gameplay works and how the multitasking is. So let's send it back to background. Let's quickly check how the Subway Surfer opens and how it behaves. So here we go with the Subway Surfer. And as you can see, the whole thing like uh, coming back or the servicing loading is very fast in terms of multitasking. The resume is really fast. App resumes seems quite, I mean, games, two games and two heavy games are working, but the resuming is quite good actually. So that's what you obviously like to do. Or similarly, we can actually go to browser and check. So Chrome also has received many updates and Android Nougat, and I think even on Android Marshmallow, and it is quite good, very very fast. Scrolling, as you can see, is quite good, very very fast actually. The things like panning, zooming, etc. also works quite well. Yes, and with the background, we can quickly go to the Pokemon Go and check how uh, fast it resumes. It's again fine. I mean, so in that way, you can see actually the build, or like say the Android Nougat update is quite good, quite smooth. It's kind of it does not crash. I mean, it does not crash. For us, I mean, if you ask us, it has been very very stable, very robust. So we have not seen it crashing or the device rebooting by itself, especially on developer preview 5. It has not occurred. And the apps, even the third-party apps, they behave quite well. If you talk about native apps, you will see them to be working flawlessly usually. And as we said, the user experience has received enhancement in terms of multitasking improvements, especially kind of the split screen multitasking and the double tap to multitask, the features which are like quite useful for us, and we think that it will be useful for you too. So if you ask us, then Android Nougat has got it's especially a very, again we will have to say it's a step in the right direction made by Google. So it has brought many usability improvements. It has brought, I mean, many new features and changes which will make it more enjoyable for you to use your Android device. At the same time, it brings features like mobile data saver, which is very good in those scenarios where your mobile data is running low, you want to actually control it. So those kind of things, and if you go to the notifications, then the direct reply, then bundle notification, these are really very very nice addition. So I mean, in a way, if you have to summarize it in a nutshell, not only Android Nougat brings usability enhancement, and in the way, or enhancement in the way in which you use the device, which makes it more enjoyable, it also brings smoothness across the OS, because the OS is quite smooth, it is stable, it does not crash, and we have been constantly using this device for long, and we don't see it slowing down or any other kind of issue. So if you ask us, we recommend you to go for Android Nougat update when it arrives or lands on your device. So with that, we come to end of this long video where we have not only demoed the new features or major new features and even smaller features for that I mean for that matter, we have even demoed nearly everything that Android Nougat brings with itself, and we have also shared our review with us. So hope you have liked this video, and we just urge you to come back for more. Stay tuned, keep watching. Thanks.